Okay everyone, I'm just doing a really quick video here to show you how to do full coverage foils. Now I have done full coverage foils videos recently, but I've used a transparent foil so you can see the colour of the polish or gel polish below. So a foil similar to this. Obviously there's different patterns, whoopsies. So what I'm actually going to be doing today is foils that are full coverage and full pattern. So I'm going to be using these three here. Now these are all from Shadi Nail Shimmers. I'm going to be doing a video dedicated to her very soon, so stay tuned. As you can see, these are full coverage, so let's get started. Okay, so what I've got here are three colour pops, and the first one I have actually done in Dazzle Dry in this colour here, and it is Grape Lollipop number 419, and I've already added a layer of foil glue and it's air drying, so we'll leave that one for a little bit. And then I have two colour pops here. I've got one in CMD Shellac Tango Passion. Sorry, my lighting's a bit dodgy today. And I've also got one in Hotsky to Chotsky, which is this one here. So I've done my two colour coats. Now one of these I'm going to air dry and one of these I'm going to pop in the UV lamp and cure. This is the adhesive I'm talking about. So I think we'll, oh God, don't mind me, I'm just knocking adhesive everywhere in the background. Okie doke, sorry. Okay, so I am going to use foil adhesive on the Tango Passion and I'm going to pop it in the lamp to, ooh, there's a big fluffy there, hang on a second. My heating's on full blast and there's a big fluffy on my colour pop that must have blown in from the heating. Okay, so remember when you use your foil adhesive, thin, a very thin coat and wipe off any excess. Okay, so that one is going to go in the UV lamp. So I feel like this is really dark, sorry guys, that's better. Okay, so that's got one very thin coat on. I'm popping that in the UV lamp now and I'll pop it on. Oh, keep knocking things over. Okay, and then the Hotsky to Chotsky, I'm going to do another very thin coat and I'm going to let this one air dry. So, and if there's any extra, just wipe it off. Make sure you thoroughly cover the nail. Okay, and that one's going to air dry, so I'll pop that one over there. And I'll be back. Guys, so the Tango Passion has been in the lamp for 2 minutes and cured the foil adhesive. Now what I do is I cut my my foil out, so I've picked this really nice sort of rainbowy colour here, which is just gorgeous. Now obviously that's the way that you want it up, that's the back of the foil. Some foils will have a brown backing and you can clean the backing off to get a better adhesion, and you can use just some isopropyl alcohol on a wipe, remove the backing. And what I do is I pop it on and I use a Graham's hands down pad, one of these lint free, well theoretically lint free but they're actually not, one of these pads for rubbing the nail, and I vigorously rub. So I mean you can use anything to rub, I don't just use my fingers, I just find this is a much better way to do it. So give it a real vigorous rub, and as you can see it's already coming away. So once it's like that, you just very delicately remove it, and pretty much full coverage. Now there's a little tiny bit up the top. If you do get something like that, it might be because I just completely missed putting the glue there, knowing my luck, or it just didn't stick because I didn't rub it properly. So pop the foil back on and give it another bit of a rub and then carefully remove it. So that's covered that up nicely. So that is the first one. So that is cured in the UV lamp, the glue, and now we'll get to the air dry ones. I'll go with the Dazzle Dry one first because the Hotsky one hasn't been sitting drying for very long. I'd like to leave that for a little bit longer. So I'm going with the Dazzle Dry Foil. Again, this is a stripy foil, but it's pretty much purple, sort of holographic, just gorgeous foil, this one. So again, it's got a silver backing, so this should be okay to pop on as is. So again, pop it on your nail, get your lint-free pad. Well, yeah, I've got to stop saying that lint-free. Get your pad. Just on a side note, if you are thinking of buying these, they are exorbitantly expensive and they are not lint-free, despite what the packaging actually says. You will be annoyed with these. They've got lots of little fluffies. I don't know whether you can actually see all those little fluffy bits. They go everywhere. So don't be thinking that you're going to get a lint-free pad, because you won't. Okie doke. Anyway, with your pad, pop it on and vigorously rub. And this is already coming away. So this is just normal nail polish. It's just quick dry and polish, but same with any polish. You pop your adhesive on and give it a good rub. And then when you're ready, very, very carefully remove. If you yank it off too quickly, you could pull some of the foil off. So I'm just very delicately doing this. And perfect. So that is another one, completely full coverage on normal nail polish. Well, we'll hope that the Hotski Totochki is dry. I can never say that properly, so excuse my pronunciation. So the foil glue's probably been sitting on this for 3 to 4 minutes, so it's air dried in that time. So now I'm going to use this one. Now this is stunning. Shadi Nail Shimmers has this in several colours, and it is like the sea. It's slightly holographic, but it's just absolutely stunning. She has really, really great foils. She will post worldwide, with the exception of the UK, I believe. I highly recommend her. She's a lovely lady. She's got brilliant foils, and I predominantly use her foils unless I can't get a pattern that she has, and then I go elsewhere. But generally I stick to her. So I'm full of useless information today, aren't I? Sorry, guys. Okay, right, pop your foil on. Exactly the same again, but this is the air-dried foil over shellac rather than, air-dried foil adhesive rather than cured foil adhesive. I just wanted to give you an example of both, because a few ladies in my group have said they've had difficulties, so I just want to show you how I do it and hopefully point out some little tips and tricks. So with my pad, plonk it on, vigorously rub, and we'll know if this hasn't worked because it will go all gloopy because the glue won't have dried. So if the glue has dried, you won't have that issue. So really, really good rub. It looks pretty good. So just as I did before, very, very delicately peel away. And now there is a little issue at the top there, I can see, and it's because the foil has crease. So I don't know whether you can see this, but it is just, let me see if I can lift it right up, and it's just, can you see that? I think you can. Just a little bit sticky, and it's where there's a crease. So I'm just going to pop that back on and give it a bit more of a rub, and hopefully that will release nicely. But you have to do it slowly. You can't rip it off because you will end up ripping off the foil. So let's lift it from a different way. So most of it's lifting off really nicely, and just that little bit goes slow. Now there is a hole there, so the glue probably wasn't dry, or the foil was creased. So I'm just getting the foil again. I'm just going to plonk it on, get my pad, and vigorously rub. And then again, just very carefully remove it. And that has nicely filled in the gap. So that's a little trick. So if your foil creases or your glue is not dry, you may end up with little patches, but you really can't notice where I filled that in. So that is the finished result. Now I'm just going to top coat these and I'll be back. Okay everyone, so these have been cured in the CND UV lamp, and I've removed the inhibition layer, and as you can see they are just stunning. Beautiful full coverage, really easy to do. And the other two, I've added one here. I sneakily did one earlier on. I was testing to see how the coverage would go over Dazzle Dry. Now the coverage over the Dazzle Dry polish is brilliant, but their top coat is not suitable to be used over foils. I don't know if you can tell, but if you know these types of foils, I can just see if I can zoom in, it's almost dissolving the foil through here. So I am going to be getting a top coat from Shardy Nail Shimmers, and I will leave links to all of these in the description bar below. So aside from the top coat, this is a not to use Dazzle Dry top coat if you're using regular polish because it's eating the foils. But if you want full coverage foils, this is how you can achieve it either on regular polish or on a gel or a shellac, or so obviously CND shellac. But that's the 4 that I've done, so they're all really good coverages. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments bar below. Remember, when you are using your adhesive, the thinnest layer possible, and if you're air drying, leave it for a good 3 to 4 minutes. If you're using a UV lamp to cure the glue, it's 2 minutes in a CND UV lamp. You can cure it in an LED lamp. It's either 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Not entirely sure because I don't use an LED lamp. And I hope this video helps you. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Oh, and give the thumbs up to the video. Thank you. Okay, just a quick end note here. The Dazzle Dry top coat has dried on the foils, and it almost appears to have repaired some of the damage that it had done. It's not perfect, but if you have Dazzle Dry top coat and you don't have anything else, you can use this. But stay tuned and I will find out some good top coats to go over foils, predominantly the Shardy Nail Shimmers top coat, and I will put all the links in the description bar. Okay, thanks guys, bye.